You're tuned into The Deep Dive.
Hello there.
If you're keen on figuring out how businesses can, well, grow predictably, and you want strategies you can actually use, like right now,
Then you're definitely in the right place.
yeah, stick with us. And make sure to follow and subscribe so you don't miss out on more deep dives like this one.
Today, we're digging into a really powerful framework for business growth.
Think of it like the engine for expansion, right? Something predictable.
Exactly. And we're drawing heavily from the experiences of Noah Kagan. He was key in growing Mint.com. Got them to 1 million users before they even launched.
Wow, before launch, that's impressive.
And he's used these same ideas to grow multiple other businesses past the $1 million mark. So it's tested stuff.
Right, so this isn't just theory, it's a practical playbook, forged in the real world. Our aim today, break it down for you.
Give you the core parts so you can see how to build your own growth engine, whether it's for a business, a side project.
Anything you want to grow, really. And it all hinges on answering 5 key questions.
Okay, let's dive in. The very first part of this growth machine idea. It starts with defining your goal, your one goal for the year.
Right, just one. Noah tells the story about Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook, remember?
Oh yeah,
Even when they needed cash, Zuck was apparently just laser focused on one thing: growth. Getting to 1 billion users, that was it.
that single focus, it just cuts through everything else, doesn't it?
It seems like it prevents you from spreading yourself too thin, directing all your energy to one really big outcome.
Exactly. And it works at different scales too. Kagan saw this himself at AppSumo.
What was their goal?
Their first big goal wasn't profit, surprisingly. It was getting 100,000 email addresses.
Okay.
They figured, get the users, get that core growth, and things like revenue, brand awareness,
Yeah.
they'd follow.
So it's not just having a goal, it's the specificity. Vague stuff like, I want more money, just doesn't work.
Nope, you need a number
Yeah.
and you need a time frame.
I want to be worth $1 million in 3 years? That's concrete. You can plan around that.
Absolutely. And once you have that big yearly goal, say, the next step is breaking it down.
Into smaller chunks.
Yeah, like reverse engineering it.
Yeah.
Kagan wanted to grow his YouTube channel to 500,000 subs in a year.
Big number.
Yeah. So what did he do? Made a spreadsheet, figured out how many subs he needed each month to hit that target.
So you get a roadmap, and you can see if you're on track.
Exactly. Plus, hitting those monthly targets, that's motivating, right?
Totally. Small wins keep you going. Okay, so we've got our North Star, that single specific goal. What's next? Who are we building this for?
That's precisely the second question. Who exactly is your customer and where can you find them?
Right. This involves, what did Kagan call it? A marketing experiment list.
It's about systematically testing different ways to reach people.
He used the example of Daniel Bliss, the climber with the ballet glasses idea.
Yeah, Daniel wanted to make, what, $4,000 a month profit?
Right, so he worked backward, figured out he needed to sell 166 pairs a month.
That gives you a target, a real number to aim for with your marketing.
So then he brainstormed, made a list of possible marketing channels, right? And guessed how many sales each might bring in.
Yeah, kind of like hypotheses. Let's test this, let's test that.
It sounds a bit like the scientific method for marketing.
It kind of is. His first list had things like his personal network, wholesale, maybe Amazon, giveaways, Facebook ads, a mix.
But he only had, what, an hour a week?
Yeah, very limited time, so he had to prioritize. Yeah. He picked the 2 he thought had the best shot initially.
Which were?
His personal network friends, climbing buddies, and wholesale, reaching out to climbing gyms and online stores.
Smart. Focus on the highest potential return for his limited time.
It shows why you experiment. He messaged his Facebook friends, he contacted gyms with a profit share idea.
Did the friend thing work?
I bet got some initial sales. But the surprise winner, wholesale. Especially a deal he landed with Sierra Trading.
Interesting. So the thing he thought might be okay turned out to be the big one.
Exactly. You just never know for sure until you test. Some other things he tried, like marketplaces and ads, didn't really take off initially.
Key takeaway then. Guess, test, and see what actually works. Don't assume.
And part of this testing is really understanding who you're testing for. The ideal customer.
How do you nail that down?
Kagan says, look for patterns in your existing customers, if you have any. Age, interests, where they live, what they do.
Like for Mint, he said it was personal finance bloggers and tech folks.
Right. Or AppSumo, aimed at marketing agency Matt, a solopreneur looking for software deals. Ogdork targets underdogs wanting business tips.
Having that picture helps you figure out where they hang out.
Definitely. And Noah suggests something super simple. Just ask your customers.
Ask them where they'd look for something like your product.
Yeah. Where would you expect to find out about this? Their answers can be gold.
So for Daniel's belay glasses, that would mean climbing gyms, specific stores, magazines, maybe online forums.
Exactly. Places climbers actually are.
Noah also gives that list of general marketing ideas, right? Like networking, ads, content, outreach, SEO.
Yeah, a whole menu of options.
Yeah.
But the crucial bit is estimating the potential sales from each, even if it's a rough guess.
So you can prioritize again. Put your energy where it might count the most.
Right. Which leads perfectly into the third key question.
Which is?
What is the one marketing activity you can double down on?
Focus again, find the winner, and push it harder.
Precisely. Kagan calls it the golden rule of marketing. Find what works, do more of it. Find what doesn't, kill it. Fast.
He had that story about sumo.com, didn't he? Spending a ton on Instagram.
Yeah, like $20,000 over 6 months.
And the return was?
$0. Nothing.
Ouch. That's a tough lesson. But important. Cut your losses. Don't chase things just because they're popular.
Exactly. The hottest strategy isn't always your best strategy. You need proof it works for you.
So give experiments a deadline, like 30 days maybe?
Yeah, set a time limit. See if it's moving the needle. If not,
move on. He talks about a lazy mindset, right? If it's too hard and not working.
just stop. Find something easier that does work. Don't bang your head against the wall.
Makes sense. So you find that winning channel, like Daniel did with wholesale.
Then you lean into it, put more effort there, nurture those relationships, find more wholesale partners.
Keep checking your results, checking your assumptions.
Constantly. Okay, so you found something that works to bring customers in. Now what?
Now we need to keep them right. Which brings us to question 4.
Which is, how can you delight your first 100 customers?
This is about retention and referrals, isn't it? He poses that great question. How would you double your business with no new customers?
Yeah, that really makes you think. It forces you to focus on the people you already have, especially those crucial early ones.
Because happy early customers become your best salespeople.
Totally. And Noah practiced what he preached. He personally replied to every YouTube comment early on.
Wow, every single one.
Yep. He even gave out his personal phone number at Gambit back in the day.
Seriously. His cell number.
And he personally emailed early AppSumo customers asking for feedback.
He shared that email with Will, one of the first customers. It showed that direct connection, getting real feedback.
That kind of personal touch, it's often not scalable long term, but early on, it builds incredible loyalty and gets people talking.
So delighted customers do 2 things. They refer others, and they're more likely to buy again.
It's a growth multiplier, and that feedback loop is vital for improving too.
He suggests asking that question. What's one thing we can do today to make you twice as happy?
Simple, direct, and potentially really insightful.
Like Nick Bear from Bear Performance Nutrition messaging early customers personally. Look where that company is now.
Exactly, that early dedication pays off.
Okay, that leads us to the final question, number 5.
This one sounds challenging.
It's designed to be. Question 5 is, if you had to double your business with no money in 30 days, what would you do?
Whoa, no money, 30 days, double the business.
Yeah, it forces pure resourcefulness. So you'd have to lean heavily on things we've already talked about. Your network, delighting existing customers.
Absolutely. Leveraging every existing asset, every connection you have, thinking incredibly creatively within tight constraints.
It's about making the absolute most of what you've already got.
Precisely. So those are the 5 keys from Noah Kagan's growth playbook. Let's quickly recap.
Okay, 1, what's your one specific goal for the year?
2, who exactly is your customer and where do you find them? Experiment.
3, what's the one marketing activity that's working that you can double down on?
4, how can you truly delight those crucial first 100 customers?
And 5, the tough one, double your business, no money, 30 days, what's your plan?
Answering these questions, really digging into them, gives you a solid, actionable growth plan.
It's a framework. Clear goal, know your audience, test your marketing, focus on winners, and build loyalty.
So take a moment and think about these for your own goals, your own projects.
Yeah, where could you apply these ideas right now?
And maybe think about this. Based on everything we've just discussed,
Uh,
what's the very first experiment you're going to run after listening to this?
Ooh, that's a good one to leave people with.
Right.
What's that first concrete step? For more deep dives like this, make sure you follow and subscribe.
Definitely stick around for more.